We forgot to tell you, Osaze Oderinge is excited. He's excited that he's back to the Super Eagles. He didn't just say it. He actually mentioned Channels Television because we said the prodigal son returns. He liked it. He says whether we call him the prodigal son or not, he's glad to be back in the Super Eagles.
That's what matters to Osaze right now. Whatever you want to caption it, that's not the issue. The issue is he's back in the team. And we're glad for him as well because he has been doing well. And a lot of people felt he deserved a call-up because just based on his form and everything. But when we all found out the reason why he wasn't playing for Nigeria wasn't because of his ability, it had to do with issues, personal issues with the coach and all that. And once everything was ironed out, then we knew he was going to come back eventually.
And he's back. He's in the squad. Not just Osaze Oderinge. It's also good to have Captain Joseph Yobo.
Yeah, Yobo back as well, playing well for Norwich. He's having fitness issues for a while now. So I hope he's able to actually shake off that injury. He's been nursing for the past couple of weeks now. Osaze doing well for his club. 7 goals already this season. 1 more game to go. If you can get a hat-trick in the last game for Stoke, then that's double figures for a striker in the Premier League. That's awesome.
And for his age, Osaze Oderinge still powers on. Okay, let's leave the men's senior national team and then talk domestic football. We told you yesterday we're going to see some interesting results, and yes, we did see some interesting results. Sharks FC of Port Harcourt, they couldn't beat Edinburgh Football Club of Aba, but they're still on top of the table. That game ended 1-0, but Tayo, 7 goals to that. Look at that. Bayelsa United 4. Enugu Rangers 3.
Amazing game, amazing game. This is exciting when you see score lines like this. You can imagine how the game went. It was a very tight game, but eventually Bayelsa in front of their own fans came through, and we have all the results. Aqua United still doing well, 2-0. Yeah, they're doing well, even though they're not top anymore, but they're doing well. 2-0 over Warrior Wolves. Sharks 1-1 against Enyimba. Tight game there. That was the star match of round 12. And he ended up in a stalemate. Crown 1-1 against Canopilas. Good result for Canopilas away from home. Lobby Stars as well, 1-1 against Sunshine. A lot of draws and a lot of very narrow victories. Outland 1-0 over Giwa FC.
So that's it. Results from match day 11 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. Nasarawa United defeated El Kanemi Warriors by a single goal. That's the same scoreline when Kaduna United played Dolphins of Port Harcourt. Then they won all. Newcomers, the game of the new boys. FC Taraba defeated Abia Warriors by a single game, and then the game between Gombe and then Nembe City didn't hold. So that's it. The results coming from the Nigeria Professional Football League is getting intense. Teams are doing well. We're seeing away results. All the league needs is the support from you and I. If you have the chance, go to the stadium, watch some good games, and let's promote domestic football in Nigeria. We'll go on a quick break now. When we come back, everyone is talking about it. We will talk about it. Manchester City, they're this close to winning the English Premier League title. They need just 1 point. Can they do it? We'll talk about it when we return. Stay.
Here comes Zabaleta. Jacko! Resistance broken. One giant step closer to the moment when company can lift the crown. Patience. What a ball from Silva. Zabaleta gets the run on the fullback. Zeko shrugs the centre half aside because he has to get across that near post to be on the end of the cross. And there he is, the man on hand.
Playing against Newcastle United at Anfield. And if Manchester City can see this through to victory, they will lead by 2 points and with that vastly superior goal difference. Silva. Zabaleta. Good save by Guzan, but there is Jacko again. City's lead doubled. The breakthrough took an age in coming. But both overhead and on the pitch, it's a plus.
And it was a carbon copy of the first goal. The combination down the right-hand side. Silva picks it up. Zabaleta overlaps. This time he cuts it back. Nasri should have scored. Guzan kept
to Negredo, but the ball just skipped off the wet turf, ran away from him.
Great run, fine pass, but just the surface beat him in the end.
Nasri, Toure. Toure determined to go on as long as he can. Jovetic! 3 and easy for Manchester City. And it sets up a potential party on Sunday.
Well, that is game, set and match, and Yaya Toure was enjoying himself. He was dancing around in the Villa box. He's just waiting for the opportunity to find someone. He finds Jovetic, and it really is a clinical finish. Side foots it across the slick surface into the bottom keeper, into the bottom corner, giving Guzan absolutely no chance.
Villa merely the supporting cast now as Delph let fly, hit company. So can City bring up the century of goals tonight? It's Yaya Toure. He's a difficult man to stop. Is it possible to stop? What a wonderful goal! A century for City. They are doing this in style.
Well, 100 up, and what an amazing goal from Yaya Toure. Picks it up on in his own half and just takes off. And what's he going to do? He's just going to run all the way through. Brilliant control, power, pace, and then at the end of it all, an unerring finish past Guzan. What a goal from Toure. 100 for City.
Yeah, Toure. No wonder he is the current African footballer of the year. I can name strikers that will not think of doing that run. Yaya Toure went all the way through.
Amazing.
Outstanding player.
What a beast. Sensational by Yaya Toure. And I've just got to say this. 20 goals from central midfield.
Holding
position,
midfielder.
from central midfield is awesome. The last time a player had this kind of record was in 2005, Frank Lampard. And he went on to win, to come second in the FIFA awards as well as the Ballon d'Or. So I don't see any reason why Toure...
We're waiting for FIFA.
Yeah, we're waiting. Yeah. FIFA, Ballon d'Or, whatever you call them now. Toure's got to be somewhere there, first, second, third.
That's it, Yaya Toure. True African soldier, doing so well. And with that, Manchester City scored 100 goals in the league this season. Fantastic, defeating Aston Villa by 4 goals to nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't as easy as the scorelines actually suggest.
It was a fight.
Yeah, it was a fight. First half, nervy game by Man City, but as soon as Dzeko actually scored that icebreaker, summertime came real fast and other goals followed, and I was capped up by that brilliant solo goal by Yaya Toure. And as we can see now, City, they have the title in their hands, at least one in their hands, and it's amazing really. Manchester City, they've had a very, very good season, and it's not really a surprise for me. If you want to check out the squad of Man City, I think they're actually the best side in the league, and if they win it, then it won't be a surprise at all.
So I'm not really concerned with what's going on at the top, but look at the bottom. It's Norwich, Fulham, and Cardiff. Fulham and Cardiff already gone. Let's talk about that team. Sunderland. They defeated who did they play yesterday? They were lucky. They defeated West Brom by 2 goals to nothing. They weren't lucky. They were fighting. Now let's go back to when Sunderland was struggling, and that's just last month. They started the month of April losing to Tottenham by 5 goals to 1.
Yeah.
They went to Everton. They lost by a single goal. And then the revival started at Manchester City when they played a 2-2 draw. They were supposed to win that one.
And before that Man City game, Gus Poyet said something about not believing in miracles. But he now believes in miracles, because what has happened is nothing short of a miracle, really. And because if you look at the run of games against Chelsea, against Man City, you didn't think they were going to take this many points.
Never.
And for them to have done it, credit to Gus Poyet. He's done a very great job now, and they actually equaled the record of Portsmouth. I think it was West Brom. They stayed to be bottom on Christmas and actually escaped relegation. West Brom did that some time ago. And Sunderland have done it as well. I always say records are meant to be broken. They might be very hard, but they're meant to be broken.
That from last month, 16th of April to be precise, Sunderland was doomed, bound to go to Division 1, and then they went to Stamford Bridge. That was it. They went there to shock Chelsea by a single goal. You have to talk about that because from that, after that game,
Afterwards,
Chelsea has never been the same.
No, not looking back for Sunderland and Chelsea obviously felt they lost the league in that particular game. Obviously, in that particular match, Sunderland got a break. We have to be very honest about it. The penalty they got was no penalty at all. But you sometimes that's how it works in the league. Sometimes you get them in your favor and sometimes against you. But for them on that day, it wasn't in favor. And they've taken advantage of it because there's no point beating Chelsea and now going on to lose to other teams. Yeah, so that's the good job they've done. They've been able to maintain that consistency.
Yeah.
And what do they have for it now? They will be in the Premier League next season.
That's it. Sunderland sustaining the momentum. After the Chelsea game, they went to Cardiff, defeated Cardiff by 4-0. They shocked Manchester United. Remember that game at Old Trafford by a single goal, and now defeating West Brom by 2-0. Gospel and Sunderland. That's one thing that truly deserves my salute. Now, let's talk about tennis quickly.
Yeah, sure.
And we can't talk about the Madrid Open and is on clay court without mentioning Rafael Nadal.
Yeah, you can't mention Rafael Nadal. But unfortunately for Nadal, in the past couple of French, what's it called now? The Monte Carlo Masters and the Barcelona Open. He got knocked out in the quarterfinals, and you wonder what's going on with Nadal. Has 2 wake-up calls in the space of a week. But this time around, it started very well again, like he's done in the past few editions. He's the defending champion. He started well yesterday. He won his game. He's through to the 3rd round now. The French Open will start on the 25th of May. So Nadal really, I think he has to win this particular event to gain that confidence back.
It's not just Rafael Nadal. Andy Murray also showed plenty of mental strength to come through 6-1, 1-6, 6-4 against Nicolas Almagro to keep his track, to keep his beat of winning the Madrid Open.
Murray he has had an up and down season so far. He came back from that surgery. He hasn't been able to find that consistency for a top player, but it's good to see him doing well at the Madrid Masters.
Okay, but Joe Wilfred Tsonga, the Frenchman, couldn't keep in the stead of Andy Murray and Rafael Nadal as he got knocked out 6-4, 6-3 by Santiago Giraldo. Tennis giving us reasons to also talk sports this morning. Quickly, post-season results. Seems everybody wants a point in the semis.
Definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if these semi-finals actually go to Game 7. They're looking very tight right now. And yesterday, we have 2 results, 2 games that were played yesterday. Indiana Pacers defeated Washington Wizards 86-82. Series tied 1-1. Oklahoma City Thunder 112-101 over LA Clippers. 1-1 tied there as well. It's a very tight game. If you look at that game between Indiana Pacers and Washington Wizards, Roy Hibbert actually came to life eventually yesterday. He's been pilloried. He's been criticized for not playing too well in the playoffs. But yesterday it was amazing. 28 points and 9 rebounds. And the Oklahoma City Thunder yesterday, the 2 superstar players came to the party. I'm talking of Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. They were amazing.
We have those guys.
We have those guys,
the MVP team.
And another all-star in Russell Westbrook.
To win.
Yeah, they actually combined for 63 points yesterday. 2 players, 63 points. Austin. Let that marinate. So it was a very good performance by those 2 players. And but unfortunately for them, they've lost the home court advantage already because they lost the first game at home.
So that's it. Action coming from the NBA and from Nene and the Washington Wizards. I think they just need to believe because they were so close in that game against Indiana Pacers.
Absolutely. Washington Wizards, they keep amazing a lot of viewers because they've not been in the playoffs for a long time.
And they've been all season. During the regular season, we don't get to hear much about them. They came to the playoffs and we'll be talking about them.
Absolutely, they're doing so well in the first round. They absolutely dumped Chicago Bulls, and they're doing so well so far against the Indiana Pacers. They're not showing any. Indiana Pacers, remember when the finals, the Eastern Conference Finals last year. So that the experience with the likes of Paul George, Roy Hibbert, and co. To see these very young Washington Wizards, led by John Wall, doing a good job against Indiana, I think it's a very good one. If they end up going out in the semifinals, it wouldn't have been such a bad season for them. But then I believe
a lot of positives.
Yeah, a lot of positives to take out from the season.
So that's it. Action coming from the NBA playoffs. Remember, Channels Television will continue to keep you updated on what's going down in the semifinals of this year's playoffs. You can follow us on Twitter, Channels_sports, on Facebook, Channels-sports. And if you want to find out the latest news and updates, channelstv.com, click on sports. That's it. That's where the curtain falls on this edition of Sports This Morning on Channels Television. We will be going back to Abuja to continue the coverage of the West Africa Forum on Africa follow the live event, follow everything that they're talking about to develop the economy. But as you do so, remember to keep talking sports. Bye for now.